All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 13. That is right, week number 13 of your 7314 class, which is your reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin. And what we are going to do today is, I know you all are still in the throes of working on those LibGuides, which will be due as soon as we come back from Thanksgiving break in a few days. So what I want you all to do is just kind of mostly work on the LibGuides, and if you have questions come up, go ahead and email me. I will be checking my email throughout the Thanksgiving break as well. So if something comes up and you need to ask me a question related to the LibGuide during the Thanksgiving break, if you're still working on it during break, which is fine for you to do, then by all means reach out to me and I will help you. Okay. But aside from that, yes, we are going to have a bit of a shorter check-in video just so that you all can mainly focus your efforts on the LibGuide and on your semester-long projects. And what I'm going to show you all tonight, you'll actually be able to access it at a future time. So I'm just going to tell you about it tonight. I'm not going to be showing you I'm not going to be showing you an actual resource tonight. What I'm going to be doing is pointing you in the direction of a YouTube channel that may be helpful for certain types of reference work and something that you may want to, it's a YouTube channel that you may want to bookmark and come back to later, maybe to look at some of the free content that's on there that will help you with a certain facet within librarianship. But first, let's go ahead and get into that state of the course update. The big thing that you need to know is you actually do have a discussion board prompt that is due this coming, this coming Friday. You do have a discussion board prompt that's due. It's due on November 17th. So it's due on Friday instead of Sunday because technically I cannot make something due while we are on Thanksgiving break, and we are going to be on Thanksgiving break starting on Saturday. However, what I'm going to say to that is while it is due on Friday, you actually do have a bit of a grace period. So I'm not going to actually put grades in or read those discussion board posts until Thanksgiving break. I'm going to read them during Thanksgiving break. So that means that as long as you get it done by Sunday night, like usual, that's going to be your grace period. It's due on Friday, but you have a grace period until Sunday. So if you get it done by Sunday night, Monday morning, you will not lose any points because you'll be within the grace period. And I will not start grading and reviewing those until the Monday of the holiday week. Okay, so that is the first and most important thing for you to know is that that is coming up and you got to get that done. However, also know that your LibGuide is coming due as well. Your LibGuide is going to be due on November the 27th, which will be the Monday after after fall break. So the Monday after the Thanksgiving holiday. You do need to go ahead and get it turned in on that Monday. So as soon as class is back in session, that's going to be due. And the reason for that is the LibGuides and the semester-long projects both take me a very, very long time to grade. And so I do need to go ahead and kind of get the ball rolling on that as soon as possible. So you unfortunately will not have the whole week after fall break. If you do get the LibGuide done this week, that's perfectly fine. And then you don't have to worry about trying to finish it next week, but next week is available to you. We don't have class next week, so next week is available to you to finish your LibGuide if you are not done with it yet and you just, again, need that catch-up time. That is what the holiday can be for you. But there are going to be those of you who finish before the holiday so that you can have the holiday without having to worry about the LibGuide, and that is fine too. So if you want to use the holiday to work on the LibGuide, that's fine. If you want to complete the LibGuide before the holiday, that is fine. And then also keep working on those semester-long projects, which will be due on December the 11th. Okay, that's pretty much most of it with the state of the course update. I do want to just reiterate, however, that we have had our final sync session, so there are no more. You have made it through that. The last one was on November 7th. However, with Dustin Koopman. However, what I will say is there are a few of you who have not turned in your screenshot, and you need to go ahead and do that. Okay. It's only like 3 of you, but if you don't have your grade for the if you don't have your grade for the November 7th sync session, then that means that you did not provide a screenshot for the sync session, and you need to do so if you want to get credit for that and if you were there. Okay, and that is pretty much it. Get that done by Friday. Yeah, get that done by Friday. All right. that should be it as far as the course updates. So now what I'm going to tell you about, and I'm only going to spend maybe about 5 minutes tops talking about this, but I do want to make you all aware of this YouTube channel. So government documents really is one of my least favorite things to do when I'm working the reference desk. If I actually have to, now it's different if you're talking about government documents that are accessible through a, through a quick database. You'll find some government documents on the ERIC database. You'll find some government documents, on certain government websites and so forth and so on. But if you have to get into using these SUDOC numbers and that sort of thing, I can't stand that. And honestly, it always even catches me off guard because I've probably used in my entire career, and I was a practicing librarian from 2008 until 2008 until 2021, I was a practicing librarian. So we're talking about 14 years. Now, there was a little pause where I was just a full-time PhD student and did not operate as a, there was like a year where I was just a full-time PhD student and I did not have any job as a librarian, but so really 13 years. But truth be told, yes, from 2008 to 2021, I was a practicing librarian, and I may have dealt with SUDOC numbers fewer than 20 times in that entire point in my career. That's how little it comes up, and because it comes up so infrequently, it caught me off guard every single time it did come up. Okay, and I always needed help. But there is something that can be useful for you, and that is this YouTube channel right here. Help, I'm an accidental government information librarian. This YouTube channel, which you should be able to find, and in fact, maybe I will actually even post the link up in the announcement. If you subscribe to this YouTube channel, then you can see the free webinars that come up, and some of these webinars go back, I believe, 7 or 8 years, and then some are more recent. But I did also just want to kind of state on this one to show you that this one is a fairly newer one, 2 years old, and it is one that's tips and tricks for new GovDocs librarians. This might be a good one for you all to watch if you have the time, and if you just want to learn a little bit more about librarianship in general. You want to kind of up your knowledge and your tips and your tricks and what's going on in your toolbox. That specific video may be one that you really, really want to look at, because even if you don't become a government documents librarian, this will still teach you some tricks of the trade that you want to keep in mind in case government document questions come up. But again, you can subscribe to this channel and you can look at the videos in this channel. I think there are roughly 50 videos on the channel. Let me see if we can get... Okay, yes, 75 videos. So there are 75 videos on this channel, and they are all free on YouTube, and they are all very informative. And so this might be something that you, again, may want to bookmark. And if you are trying to just use a little bit of your time, especially if you've got some idle time in your librarian job, and you use that idle time to try to learn new databases or try to learn new tips and tricks as far as becoming a good librarian, yes, this is probably a resource that you want to bookmark, and in some of that idle time or downtime that you have on the job, you may just want to take in one of these and jot some notes down and that sort of thing, and then you can always rewatch them as well. So again, and if you're going to start out with any one particular video, again, I would recommend this one, the tips and tricks for new government document or GovDocs librarians. And so that is going to be it for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and keep this one under 10 minutes. I hope you sped it up. I am Dr. Jace, and we are almost done with this race. After this week and after Thanksgiving break, you only have week 14 and week 15 to go. So you only have 2 more weeks. You all are getting through it, and you are on the home stretch. So that's a wonderful feeling. I will see you all with the check-in video after spring break. Again, we're off next week. No check-in video. Ta-ta.